So my life then was pretty rough. I think it kind of all started with my parents' separation. It was pretty hard on me. Even though I was really young when it happened, I think the effects of them being separated caused a lot of issues in my life. I was raised by my mother, and my father was in and out of my life due to whatever situation they were having. And it was hard. I know I had a lot of anger built up inside of me. I dealt with a lot of social issues when trying to socialize with other people, not fully understanding it, becoming an introvert. I came to a point in my life where I didn't care about myself. I didn't know who I was. I mean, my mom was so young, and she only knew what she knew, and she tried to teach me everything the best that she could. But I still was just upset. And then it was a kind of a messed up upset, because I think I got upset to the point where I didn't really know what was wrong, but I know that my living situation between my parents being separated caused me to react this way. I had a very horrible temper. A lot of people look at me now and they say, no, you didn't. But that's God. I would get so upset that I would go through these fits that I would start to attacking things. I would throw things. I would even try to hurt people, and not only just people, myself. I think I was just mad because of what they had and I didn't have those things, and I didn't understand why my life was that way, and it just caused me to be confused. I hated myself. And since me hating myself, I didn't know how to love others or care for others. So it got to a point in my life where I thought I was worthless. I thought I was nothing. I felt like I didn't have a purpose, and I felt like I didn't have a reason to live. I was on a lot of medication. I was dealing with depression, anxiety, multiple personality disorder. I was dealing with so much. So much was coming at me. My mom didn't know what to do. My dad didn't know what to do. I felt like nothing was working at the time. So I had several attempts of suicide. None of them I was able to accomplish. I tried taking medicine. I tried slitting my wrists. Throughout those moments happening in my life, I was hospitalized. And I've shared a lot of my story and my testimony through my poetry and through my art. I feel like I can express myself a little bit more artistically through those things. Well, being hospitalized in an institution for like 2 weeks felt like years. Just imagine you being trapped somewhere where you could not exit. And every day they'll ask you what your name is and what the date is. And you're on all types of medication. How would that make someone feel? To me, I think it caused things to get worse. I felt alone. I wanted to go home, but I was trapped. But out of all that isolation and pain and despair that I faced, I felt like God was with me all along. And it sounds weird saying that, but I really think He was. I believe He was. I believe I had to go through the things that I had to be the person that I am today. My heart is so passionate with people who deal with mental illness, I'll say, have a certain type of cognitive behaviors, because I feel like they're misunderstood a lot. The pain starts at home and it starts deep within. I know, because I was once there. I felt like I would cry out and I would cry out, and I felt like no one heard me cry until it was too late. And I am blessed to still be here today to share this with you all, because some people don't make it. Some people don't live to see the next day because they actually go through with it. That loneliness can grab you to a point where it feels like it's suffocating you. And it feels like it just takes a life out of you. And what I felt like what gave me breath was God. When I was in that isolation, I was in that institution, there was a Bible. And every day I would read that Bible. Regardless of how I felt, regardless of where I was at, I would read the Bible and I would continue to pray. And I know it was God's strength to get me through, to get me out of where I was at. No matter how deep I was, I felt like He reached out His hand and He grabbed me and He pulled me out. Now, I'm talking over several years of time of healing and counseling and support from my loved ones. God sent those people in my life to help me. And I think a mixture of all those things creates who I am today. And when I look back at that, I am not ashamed to speak about it. I am not to a point where I feel like it was pointless or wasteful. If I didn't go through what I went through, I wouldn't be able to do what I do today. To touch people who are hurting, to touch people who feel like they don't care, to touch people who feel alone. Just know someone does care. Even when you feel like no one cares. Even when you, and the Bible says that God is always there. He will never leave you or forsake you. He is with you. And when you have Him, you have more than enough. Everything else will come and it does not matter. I just want to encourage you. I just want to uplift you. I just want to share my testimony in hopes that something that I said will just bless you and just touch you. Please hear my heart. You are not alone. And you are dearly loved.